Hey, podcast with Masingita. Thank you, Wafitu. First of all, thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for your support. We are doing this. We are catching the numbers. And yeah, it is what it is. Thank you so much, guys. And if it's your first time tuning into this channel, please make sure then that you do subscribe, like, and share the content. Buffett, I want us to talk about the podcast and chill episode where they featured Thabo Smol from Black Motion. Wow. What a nice, dope episode, I must say. There's been a lot of, interaction happening there. I like from the opening when they were talking about Thabo being a smoker in terms of, matekwa, netaha, marujwana, and, so how giving us the reason to say that, him smoking, it's a bit, not emotional as such, but it's spiritually connected as well. That was very funny, I must say. But I think the most important aspect that I've learned from the interview itself, it's how he protected his, partner, Ubongane, aka Morda, from Black Motion. I mean, with all the troubles that they've gone through, he protected Morda. All the questions that were raised, he makes sure that he protect the guy. And which is very important that as guys, we look into, as people, when we go into partnership, when one member is no longer interested or when one member leave the partnership, it's very important that we protect one another. It's very important that we protect, our personalities. We protect how we do things, because by the look of how he was questioned, it was easy for him to even, say bad things about him. But he didn't say those things. You know why? Because he valued the friendship. He valued the friendship. And if you go back to the interview, there's a part which really hurt me when he said, when Morda said that he was going through some mental, issues, he was dealing with mental issues and whatsoever. You could see that, Thabo was very hurt about that. But on another hand, he made sure that you don't say bad things about Morda, you don't say bad things about DJ Zintle as well, and which is very good. I was so touched, guys, because you find that in most of the time when you go for an interview where partnership didn't work, then automatically you start saying bad things about your partner or your previous partner. In this case, you start bad mouthing them, you start tarnishing their image. So, which is something that I've learned from that episode, to say it's not always about whatever happened, but it's always about why we started whatever that we started. And looking back where Black Motion is coming from, guys, they've been there back in the days. I think they've more than a decade in this business, and they've been inspiring a lot of people. They've been making people to dance. They've been making people to understand the quality of music, and that is one thing that I respect about them. But one thing that I'm taking from that interview, never badmouth the person, especially if they are not there. And looking back to why they've started whatever they've started as Black Motion, I think it resonates with what Thabo was representing, in that podcast and chill interview. So guys, Make G, Sol, you guys are doing a wonderful job, guys. With that interview, I thought then I was going to get Thabo saying bad things about Morda, saying this, saying that. But you know what? It was positive to an extent that he said, I'm positive that one day we will come together and do what is good for the people and do what is good for Black Motion. Nonetheless, though, there are terms and conditions saying that whenever the performance Black Motion, if Morda needs to come on board, then he needs to be basically booked, which is a bit, stressing, or it's a bit worrying in a way. But I love the positivity that I've picked up from that interview. Obviously there was funny parts when they talked about, Thabo involved with, Zintle, not Zintle, but Ugel Uzoto Wabantu. The funny part there, when they made a call to Zoda Wabantu, wow, that was dope. But it's content, but it made fun. But what I'm getting there, guys, let's be positive. Let's not allow interviews to change who we are. and let's not allow that 1 hour of fame to destroy everything that we've built together as people. But yeah, having said that, guys, let's do this again next time right here on Podcast with Masingita. But this was just me giving reviews about Podcast and Chill episode where they featured Thabo Smol, one of the members of the Black Motion group, which is the biggest group in our country, and they're still pushing. I mean, they're still doing what they do best, which is making us to dance and also connect with the music itself. I like how educated Thabo is when it comes to music. You can see that it's coming from a school of music, from Kalawa, from Khotmano Oskido. So it's very nice. I like the interview, guys. I said I can't stop talking about this, and I must share my sentiments or even my reviews on this Podcast and Chill interview. It was very nice. There's a lot that happened there, but I like the positivity. I like how the guy protected Umorda, and which is something that we need to learn from as people in general, that we need to protect one another, especially on partnership, because you will never know what will happen in future. Having said that, Bafetu, thank you so much. Let's keep it cool right here on Podcast with Masingita. This has been the review for Podcast and Chill. Make G and Sol, thank you guys. You're doing wonderful, guys. We are looking up from you guys. We are inspired. Let's do this again. Tango.